Hello everyone and welcome to Space Force, where space is a driving force in ecology. Last week we discussed spatial scaling and how different ecological and biological processes drive habitat selection at different scales. This week we will continue to discuss the importance of spatial scaling. A key question we should always ask ourselves is, how do we know which scale produces the strongest species-landscape relationship? This is known as the scale of effect, which may be more specifically defined as the spatial extent of the landscape that has the strongest effect on a species' response. We often do not know the answer to this question at the beginning of a study. Therefore, it is important to collect data at multiple scales. However, we must select appropriate scales that are ecologically and biologically meaningful to the organism or study system. When selecting different scales, we should consider how the scale of effect may vary according to taxonomic groups, body size, mobility, reproductive rate, and trophic level, among other species traits. Additionally, for a single species, the scale of effect may change depending on which response variable is measured.
For example, in a study conducted by Moraga et al. 2019, researchers tested whether the scale of effect would change for the response variables of fecundity, abundance, and occurrence of wood frogs. Two landscape variables, road density and the proportion of forested habitat, were used to assess the relationship between the species response and landscape variables at multiple spatial extents. They predicted that the scale of effect would increase from fecundity to abundance and to occurrence. Their hypothesis for the order of the scale of effect for each response variable was not supported, and the order of effect also differed for each landscape variable. For road density, the order of the scale of effect was abundance, occurrence, and fecundity, and for forest proportion, the order was fecundity, occurrence, and abundance. This highlights that in any ecological system, it is important to incorporate multiple spatial extents into study designs, select ecologically and biologically appropriate scales, and carefully consider which response variable is analyzed in order to identify the scale of effect.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more content from Space Force.